Can you hear me?
All right, good evening, Who Dat Nation. Welcome to the celebration of Drew Brees' 15-year Saints legacy. I'm here with the squad. I'm here with Miss Pretty Carla, and I'm here with WD. It's emotional time right now, so how y'all feeling? You know that the GOAT has officially called it quits.
It's bittersweet, but I'm doing good. I took my tears all out of my body yesterday and this morning, so I'm ready for tonight. I think I can hold it together.
Yeah, I was so anxious, just waiting to see when he was going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
It really hit until it happened. We've
Yeah.
been blessed. We've been blessed with a quarterback like Drew Brees. We'll never see another person like number 9. And yeah, it just really, really hit. Like after it finally happened, it just really hit.
All right. And basically tonight is going to be a celebration of Drew Brees. I just seen that some breaking news came out with Jameis. Honestly, with this show, we may hit on them at the end, but this particular show is going to be about celebrating Drew Brees' legacy as a New Orleans Saint. We owe him that celebration, and then moving forward, we can get to the other stuff. But before we get started, I just want to welcome everyone in the chat. I hope y'all doing good. I see Jerry Poor in the building. I see Laugh My Ass Off, The Truth Hurts. Welcome. I see the dog Leslie in the building. He said, "Who that?" We got RG Scott in the building. Said, "Who that? Who that?" And then I see Gary Reed. Shout out to you. Said we re-signed Winston. So we'll get back to the comments little on in the show. So basically, how we're gonna start this? We're all going to, just take the floor and give our personal thoughts on Drew Brees. What he meant to us. You know, um, from start to finish. Just thoughts on him. As a family man. Football player, whatever you want to say. We all want to take our turn and just give our thoughts on Drew Brees. So we can start with Miss Carly. Carly, you can start with giving your thoughts on Drew Brees. Whatever you want to say, how he made you feel, just whatever. The floor is yours.
Y'all know when we first started this, at least when I first came on this show, I was one of those who said Drew Brees should have retired. And I also said recently, about a month ago, that man, Drew Brees holding us hostage. And he finally let us go. And I didn't think that this was gonna hurt me as much as it did. I had my moments to reflect on it because we went to the lowest of the lowest when it came to football teams. I'm talking, people wearing trash bags over their heads to us getting Drew Brees and not only lifting up the football team, but lifting up the entire city. I'm talking about people putting billboards of him, people wanting to do wear Wranglers jeans because of him. Like he was so influential, and I don't think that we realized how good we had it with him until now that he's gone and we don't know what the future holds for us. He was such an inspirational person, not just on the field, but off the field. You can tell all these athletes who are giving him praises for what he's done on the field. But for me personally, being from the city of New Orleans and actually being able to see the city at its lowest point and then seeing how Drew brought so much light, so much faith, so much happiness to the community. When Drew got there, we had people literally walking him to his house when he was living in Uptown New Orleans. You had fans walking this man to his house to make sure he got home safely. It was that serious. And then he literally put community centers in the city for inner city kids who were underprivileged, who didn't have like what he had, but he made them feel rich because of the amount of attention that he put into the work that he did in the community. Not only that, he even let his kids go to schools that some of us from the city that we went to, so they can actually get into the culture of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? He could have let them go to a private school. He could have let them be homeschooled, but he didn't. He put them out there in the world so they can experience the city the same way we experienced the city. They had no different privileges than what we had, besides the fact that their dad was Drew Brees. Like, he's done so much. He's given the city so much faith. Even if you're not a fan of the New Orleans Saints, you know how great of a quarterback Drew Brees is and how influential he was, not only on the field, but off the field. Because I was personally able to see the work that he's put into the city as well as capitalize off of it. So it's a hurting, bittersweet feeling to see that he's gone. But he was such an incredible human being that we had on that football team, and he brought so much light, so much faith. He made players want to play football. Like, there's a lot of people saying, "Thank you, Drew." They got people like Jimmy Ram who posted a picture of him and Drew Brees, saying that that's his hero or whatever he said. But there's players like Michael Thomas who played 5 years with, who wrote a whole 900 letter thanking Drew for what he's done. Like, this man literally been in this game for for 20 years, or 15 with the Saints, and he's inspired so many players, made them want to believe in football again, made them want to play football. He's so selfless to the point where when he went ESPY Awards, he didn't thank himself. He thanked the city of New Orleans, and he would thank the players. He named every single player when he won Male Athlete of the Year that was on offense, that protected him and caught balls from him the year that he won it at the S. Not only that, when he broke Payton Manning's records for most touchdowns thrown by a quarterback, this man personally went out his way to give every single player that he's ever thrown a touchdown to at that time a personalized football, thanking them because he knew that it was bigger than him. He didn't do it on his own. So he was so selfless, he was so relentless, and he thought of people around him. He never made it about him. He always gave credit where credit was due and made sure the media and everybody else knew that it wasn't just him. And for that, I will forever be grateful to have these memories that I have of him on the New Orleans Saints. And I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him. I mean, I wish him the best with his retirement and him starting his career at NBC. But I'm gonna truly miss him, and I think we all will as a fan base when everything hits the fan.
Yeah, number 9, the way he adapted to the culture of New Orleans, like you said, Carl, it was just, it just really felt like he was truly a part of the city, man. And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it hurts. It hurts now that it hits. But I mean, it was time. On the same note, he was just truly one of those greats, And I know
Mhm.
that's the argument that we put him in the top 15 of all time, or you know, we can make arguments about that, but it's just incredible. The guy, he took this organization, when we know what this organization was at first, you know, pretty bad history, as far as that goes. But for him to, come in along with Shine and change everything around and help this team win a Super Bowl, those are just things you can't overlook. And because I know there are people that just look at things like recently of what happened and how you went out, but the fact that the Saints got a Super Bowl and it was something that no one thought would happen,
Mhm.
that's what really hits. Uh, yeah, I'm just it really is emotional. It is emotional, but yeah, man, I'm gonna miss number 9.
Absolutely.
Correct. So I had a lot of free time today at work. So what I decided to do, just thinking, what is a way that, I can, something that I could just think about him forever. I decided to type a letter. What I'm gonna do with this letter, I'm about to read it, but what I'm gonna do with this letter, you see all of that? You see all of that? I'm about to read it. I'm gonna frame this whole entire letter, hang it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it. This is my letter to Drew Brees. First off, I would like to congratulate you on having one hell of a career, especially as a New Orleans Saint. After becoming a Saints fan back in 1996 at the age of 6, I was able to experience some of the years where chances of the Saints even sniffing the playoffs was slim to none besides the year 2000. Following the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, I was unsure of what Tom Benson was going to do with the team. During this time, I was in the 8th grade, so sports trash talking in school was taking place. LOL. My classmates used to tell me to find another team to root for because the Saints was going to leave New Orleans and become another name. I refused and kept my loyalty to the team. This was one of the best decisions I made in my life. I still can't grasp how you chose to come to a devastated city at the time and show interest in rebuilding it while also playing for the football team. After you signed with the Saints, I had no clue what to expect from you following your significant injury you suffered in San Diego. Besides the Super Bowl year, the 2006 season was my best season because you gave us hope. You gave me hope. You gave the franchise hope, and you gave the quarterback position hope. Your career following that season was nothing short of GOAT status. You were the driving force of creating a home field advantage with the crowd. I am proud to have been a part of a team that won its first ever Super Bowl led by you. You may not realize the impact you had on the Saints organization, but this is by far the biggest and greatest accomplishment in NFL history, period. We were basically the Cleveland Browns of the NFL until you arrived. Having primetime games before your arrival was slim to none and a joke if we were mentioned in one. Since 2006, you was the main reason the New Orleans Saints became relevant, period. The media and NFL peers never gave you your due respect, and the lack of having an MVP is one of many things to show for it.
Hmm.
You've done things as a passer that's never been done. And one example is having 5,000 yard seasons. You broke the record held by Dan Marino and made passing for 5,000 yards a norm. No other QB in NFL history can relate. You also took no-name receivers besides Marcus Colston and Michael Thomas and made them shine during their times as Saints. I could go on and on of accomplishments you made during your tenure as a Saint. There were multiple opportunities the Saints had to compete in more Super Bowls during your prime and at the tail end of your career. And I'm sure you would have loved to have more rings, but life doesn't always go how you want it to, regardless of what circumstance it is. You made the New Orleans Saints a relevant organization. You making the New Orleans Saints a relevant organization is greater to me than those missed Super Bowl opportunities. I'm gonna read that again. You making the New Orleans Saints a relevant organization is greater to me than those missed Super Bowl opportunities. The past 4 seasons, specifically during the playoffs on the field, started to show that Father Time in one area of your game was declining, but that's okay. Every athlete has and will go through that phase. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, and while he's one of the greatest to ever do it, he averaged 16 and a half points per game his final season. While your latest performance in the past few playoffs was part of the reason we couldn't win a Super Bowl, I will never disrespect you and never will and never will, because I was a fan when there was no hope for the team to be even competitive until you arrived. But it was obviously Father Time. I invested thousands and thousands of dollars during your time here to make sure I come and watch the team play 1 to 2 times yearly, along with buying merchandise and apparel, etc. I will forever be grateful for the impact you had on the Gulf Coast region, the New Orleans Saints, and myself, a diehard Saints fan. Wishing you well on the next chapter of your life. Sincerely, CB. And this would definitely be framed and put up in my house. Drew Brees, he definitely, deserve this, celebration. It's a celebration because we gotta think, most of us, you know, we kind of look at the current situation, or what just recently happened. Father Time, we could see obviously Father Time was upon him, and a part of his game. So we're just showing love to Drew Brees. And if y'all don't have anything else, that y'all want to get off your chest, I can start. We can start getting into specifics.
Well,
You
I
know,
just want one more thing. I just want to say. I mean, I'm a young Saints fan. Obviously, I'm not that young now, but younger than young. But it's just that I understand that I was spoiled. I was spoiled as a Saints fan because Breeze. You know, I've seen Breeze. And I'm pretty sure the quarterbacks before just came nowhere near close. But it's just that you gotta adapt now, man. And I understand we signed Wilson, but it's just, man. I mean, Winston. But man, it's just Breeze IQ, man, football IQ. That's what gave us the best chance to win games, even when it was for the time. So it's just that there's just things that that we're just gonna miss about them, and that's pretty much all I got.
right. And just because I know I made a comment about a lot of the young generation. I'm still a part of the young. I'm 29. I'm not that old, but I think some of the ones that came on board during the Sean Payton era, they really didn't get the experience. You know, and I didn't experience a lot of it. 96. Yeah, that the outlook of the team wasn't good at all. From there to 2005, but they really didn't get the experience. The team being basically the Cleveland Browns of the NFL for a long time. So when you got Brees that come in, and he was the driving force of this turnaround. The fact that he came to a devastating city. He could have easily went. I mean, I think Miami was looking at him. They went with Culpepper, but I'm pretty sure some other team would eventually, show some interest in him, got him on a cheap deal. But he chose to come to. When I say devastated city, I'm talking about it was devastated after, the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Came there, and wanted to take on that task. To me, that's the biggest accomplishment in NFL, it really is sports history, in my opinion. For one guy to come to a city that's basically in shambles due to the hurricane, and you able to take the ball club along with the city and do a 360 with it, and got us to this point now. Yes, we could he could have, you know, he should have won some more Super Bowls. But at the end of the day, it always don't go the way you want it to go. We had the team to do it. Obviously this latest round, this latest window, it's remain to see if it's still going to be open. But this latest window when he was present, his, one part of his game had just diminished on him. That's just father time. But I would never disrespect him, because of that. Because
And
when you're looking at a legacy, you got to look at the whole entire picture. We wouldn't even be relevant,
right.
if the guy wouldn't even, came and start putting in work. Sean, Sean have a
Make me
lot of,
cry, CB. Can we move? You about to make me cry? Can we?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said in the letter, we invest thousands. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all do too, but I invested thousands and thousands of dollars. I was born and raised in North Carolina, so year in and year out, once I got to college, really, um, and I was able to, have my own job and stuff. I was able to pay for my own trips to New Orleans. I was going to New Orleans 1 to 2 times per year. And this past season was the first time that, I didn't do that. That was due to COVID. But I invest my time, my money, airplane tickets, everything, not to just see Breeze. I'm watching the Saints, but Breeze is a part of that. So man, it's just emotional,
Yeah, it is.
especially, looking at the team, man, that we had, yeah, that's heartbreaking as well, but we're gonna miss him, man.
And man, look, I was so anxious to see when to find out when he was retiring, but it took yesterday for me to become aware that he was waiting for the 15-year anniversary of when he signed with the Saints
He
for
literally
his shirt.
thought it out. He already knew
Yeah,
when he was gonna retire. He
yeah,
literally had it all planned out already, and he made it so sentimental. He made it
yeah.
make sense so that it can be the anniversary. It. He even made it on his Instagram. He even made it his 999th post.
All right.
It's just the fact that he thought it all out so that it can mean so much more is just it's just a
Yeah.
testament of to his character and what type of person he is when it comes to him as a football player.
Yeah.
Right.
What you got
And
for us,
at
D?
times I was getting, it really, I'm not gonna say I was getting frustrated, but that kind of clears everything up. And at some point, I mean, you would kind of, if you really was listening to Sean, he kept saying like, well, we should be hearing something from Drew in a few weeks. And basically the way he was saying it was, he was saying that like, he was retired. So I believe Breeze told the team, he told the team, and that is a secret, you don't want to spoil. So, probably they gave him his word. He probably gave him his word not to say nothing. He was gonna do it on this date, and then that's why, the team was, you got Sean coming out talking about interest in Winston, you know. So now, really, the ones who may think that Sean was disrespecting Drew Brees, by saying that he really wasn't, because he knew the whole time, when Brees was going to come on and announce, his retirement. So when you know that, then you can say stuff like, "Well, we had interest in Jameis and this and that," but yeah, just it's one hell of a career. And I got a few questions that we're gonna get into, and then I'm gonna open the phone lines up. I see it's 18 people tuned in. We expecting all 18 to call in. This is Drew Brees that we're never going to see again. Let's go ahead and get into his jersey retirement. We had Ricky Jackson. We had the Dome Patrol guys. They came through, dominated. They didn't get their jersey retired. So do y'all think that not do we think should he get his jersey retired? Do you think it's going to happen?
Of course,
No
that's of
question.
course.
No question.
Not only is the Jersey going to retire, I think they're going to give him the biggest retirement celebration like they've never given anybody before. That not only is his jersey is going to retire, this man is going to go into the Saints Hall of Fame, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and eventually in 2026, he's going to be a first round NFL ballot Hall of Fame. Everything about this man is going to go into the Hall of Fame, no matter where you put it. I wouldn't even be surprised if they retire his jersey at his old college at Purdue and his high school in Texas, and even if the Chargers gave him something, he was just that big of a deal when it came to football.
Yeah,
So yes,
nobody
yes,
nobody is coming even close to touching that jersey. So I ain't nothing to worry about though.
easy.
Yeah,
Next
I just know.
question.
No, I just know a lot of people was talking about the Dawn Patrol people that
But this is this
that
is this is
they
this is
weren't trying to
different.
reach. I mean, I know this is definitely different. This guy, was the driving force of turning the organization around. But yeah, hopefully they do that. This is well deserved. So how do y'all feel about him do about him not getting the MVP of his career? Do you think he was disrespected by the media?
Absolutely.
NFL peers.
He should have won that 2009 year, and I know people are gonna make the argument that he probably should have won that 2011 year. But I mean, Rodgers, he kind of had a good year, but yeah, you could definitely make that argument. Drew, he should supposed to have two MVPs, especially when you had two other guys in the division have MVPs like Matt Ryan and Cam Newton. Cam Newton not in the division anymore, but yeah, that was disrespectful. And really, Brees has always been disrespected for especially when we had bad defenses. The defenses really didn't help his case at all. So yeah, those was pretty much the years where Brees was really, really being disrespected. It's like people wasn't even considering Brees like top three at times. And I know that might sound crazy, but it was ridiculous.
Nah,
I'm
that's
talking about
true.
yeah, it was ridiculous, man. From 2014 to 16, yeah, people were just looking down. It was like, oh well, what elite quarterback, is going to miss the playoffs 3 years straight and have 379 seasons. But that's just how bad our defense was. I mean, if you saw how bad our defense was, I'm sorry, defenses, man, it's like we probably shouldn't have even won 7 games, and that was pretty much Drew in that offense.
Right.
And I understand Tom Brady, he got the rings, Peyton Manning, all the other quarterbacks, but if you seen Brees those years when he was actually slinging the ball, man, Brees, you can make an argument that athletically, I'm talking about physically, man. Brees, you could have said that he was as good as Tom Brady, and you could make a case that so I mean, just some of the throws he was making. I'm just saying, probably better, but
I'm gonna go. Well, you finish.
no, I'm sorry. I was about to finish, but I know people are gonna look at the rings and I mean that's pretty much it. CB, that's all I got.
Really, during Drew Brees' prime, I mean, well, to get to the media thing, yeah, he blatantly disrespected by the media. I don't know if it's because he was short. I really don't know the true reason, but I've been saying this, and I'm not just saying this, just because we celebrate Brees. When Drew Brees was in his prime, my brother, he'll probably comment if he see this. When Drew Brees was in his prime, I was out here in North Carolina saying in his prime, he was better than Tom Brady, better than A Rod. The only difference, the only difference between Brady and Brees, Brady, he turned the ball over less
Yeah.
time than Brees. That's the only thing. But far as being able to sling the ball and Brees passing yards was way better than Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, he was just able to not turn the ball over as much. They didn't pass the ball as much. But when Brees was in his prime, I would have rolled with Brees over Brady. And I was saying that up here. I was saying that up here. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You can bring up these Super Bowls when it comes to these rings and stuff. Tom Brady, he go out there, whatever he do, just say he score. He drive his offense downfield, score. Tom Brady prints his ass over to that bench, and he gotta watch his defense try to
Mm-hmm.
make it stop.
Right.
That's a crucial part of the ball game. If the defense don't make a stop, Breeze can really relate to that. If Breeze, if Breeze do not, Breeze, he done been a prime example of watching your defense. Just letting the opposing offense drive down the field.
I mean, if you go back, man, you look at some of those throws Brees was making. I mean, him throwing in tight windows when he
Yeah,
had the deep ball accuracy. I mean, pretty throws. I mean, Brees was balling. I mean, and as much as people are gonna mock the Saints, even mock Drew Brees for the past playoffs, the past few playoffs. Remember, before all this, man, when we was losing playoff games, it was because of our defense. And I mean,
Right.
you look at games like that 49ers, that heartbreaking 49ers game, I'm sorry to bring it up, from 2011 to 2012. Man, we had like 5 turnovers. I think we had 5 turnovers. And the comeback, and I mean, we still lost, but the comeback, if you just saw Brees drive this team down the field the way he was doing versus the number one defense, that shit was a thing of beauty. I mean, it's just things that, moments like that you cherish. I mean, just remarkable, bro. Brees was a baller, man.
Right. So let's get into a few of these comments, and then I'm gonna put the link in the bio so we can start getting some callers' thoughts on Drew Brees. Shout out to Category 84. He said, "What is everybody's favorite moment slash favorite game of Drew?"
Oh man, that's plenty. That's plenty. First, I'm sorry, I don't want to steal no time. I'm gonna just come up. I'm gonna just say this: his dominance versus the Falcons, man. There's just some things. We know about the recent spin. That was 2018 week 3 when Brees hit that spin on Elford and what's his name, man? I forgot, but man, when he spent on those Falcon players, bro, it was just a thing of beauty. And I mean, the record that he broke versus the Falcons back in 2011, I think it was Dan Marino's. I forget which record it was. Maybe it was the all-time. No, it was something, but yeah, though, I just want to see his dominance versus the Falcons. Those are the moments that I really, that I love about Drew Brees.
Right. Carla, you got a favorite moment with Drew?
Yeah,
Favorite
besides the
moment.
Super Bowl, because I feel like everybody already know how amazing that was. But honestly, y'all don't hate me for this, but it has to be the game when we played against the New York Giants and we put up like
Mm,
50 points
yeah,
just to see them go back and forth. And like what WD was saying earlier, him throwing those deep balls to show that his arm still got it. Him running to get first downs. The fight that he put up, the grit that the team had, the determination to not give up. Like that had to be my favorite game because when I tell you I'm a sucker for blowing somebody out and putting points on the board, that was my favorite game because I just it was entertaining. And our defense wasn't great at all. Again, like you guys were saying, but Drew put the team on his shoulders like he always do, and he helped us win that game by throwing 6, 7 touchdowns. Like that
yeah,
game was iconic,
yeah.
and that had to be my favorite game watching him outside of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till CB said his. Somebody said KY the Great. He said the Miami game in 2009 when Brees brought us back, and he he tried to dunk the ball over the goalpost. That was
Yeah.
that game. That's a game right there, man. That's a game to remember.
It's a plethora of games that Breeze had, but the one that comes to mind right when we got on this discussion, I know that the Colts didn't have their starting quarterback. I think it was Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. I don't forgot who was the quarterback then, but one of they was out, so their backup was in when we won 62-7.
Oh yeah, 2011. I think Peyton Manning, he was hurt. That's what
Yeah,
that was right before he went to the Broncos. I'm sure.
yeah, that was just one of many, great performance that Breeze had. Basically completed almost everything. And like I said, it's just a
Yeah,
plethora
it's a lot.
of games.
Yeah, you can see I mean, you can talk about the Redskins game in 2017. Yeah, that was crazy. I forgot what the score was with 5 minutes left. Breeze, man, Breeze brought the team back,
I
man.
actually, as much as I love that game, I'm mad at myself because we was losing in the fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left before we got the ball back, and I just
Yeah,
knew we lost. I turned the TV off and didn't watch the rest of the game, so I didn't get to see us come back and win that game. I woke up the next morning and seen it on Good Morning Football that we won. I said, what? Because I
You
was
was that
so
pissed?
yes, I turned the game off and I did not see us come back to win that game. So now when people bring it up, I get mad at myself that I can't actually get in the conversation of it because I was so mad that I turned the TV off and I didn't watch it and I slept terribly. And then I woke up the next morning and said I missed it. Like
Oh, that was amazing. That
I
was
did not
amazing.
catch
And
it.
then I'm not I don't remember if it was the last touchdown, but Kamara he tipped the ball up. I thought that shit was gonna be intercepted, but no, he caught it. Oh, that was just that was that was a crazy
I'm
game.
sorry, y'all. I should have muted my mic. I'm on here yawning. I'm so sorry.
That's all good.
You good? We got Christopher Favor. He said Drew Brees was like the most accurate thrower ever. Better than an archer, he nailed them receivers like targets.
Man,
Me
those
alive,
throws,
me alive, I almost don't.
those throws to Meacham and Henderson. Oh my god, man. I
No,
mean,
almost
And not only that, Drew Brees was so accurate, just like this guy say, like an archer. Why do you think Brendan Cook started acting like he was throwing the archer?
I was just yeah.
He made people actually imitate an archer because he was just that damn good. And he made receivers. He made everybody on that offense. You know, he's the quarterback that made everybody so good that these guys were able to go to other teams and get top dollar based off of how good Drew made them. And they may not have lived up to in their new systems to what they had in New Orleans because of how good Drew was and how he cared about the craft to make them better players. Hence a Brandon Cooks, hence a Jimmy Graham. Like I always use Jimmy Graham as an example because it's such a prime and easy example to show when Jimmy was with us. Drew made him look so good that he was arguably to everybody the best tight end, what they was calling in the world outside of him and Gronkowski. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was debating on who was the best too, but as soon as Jimmy Graham left, it's like everything was left in New Orleans. He never once was able to live up to the hype that he had in New Orleans. And it wasn't the system that he was in, it was the quarterbacks that he was playing for. Drew specifically cared for Jimmy. So he made, because I tell people a lot, a quarterback can make or break a player. And he literally made Jimmy Graham the Jimmy Graham that everybody know and love. So when you talk about Jimmy Graham, nobody's going to talk about his time at Seattle or Chicago. They're going to go back to how he played when he was in New Orleans with Drew Brees because Drew made him look that damn good, made him a top tight end,
Yeah.
and he's done
that's
it
true.
for he's done it for a lot of players. It's just unfortunate, like for players like Brandon Cook that when instead of being a dynamic duo with him and Michael Thomas, he got mad because there was a player that came hungrier and basically took his spot or was going to. And Drew made that guy, Michael Thomas, made this a stud, the best in the business. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants a Michael Thomas, and that's just how Drew Brees is. He takes what you're good at and he makes it great.
Yeah, and
And Robert Meacham. Robert Meacham was a name that popped up when you were saying
Yeah.
that he took that 5 year, $25 million contract with the Chargers, and he shit at the bed, and it was bad enough to where we had to bring him back. So yeah, you was right on with that. He made guys great. Now, a
and
guy like Michael Thomas, I think he can, go to another quarterback still thrive.
Yeah.
A few receivers that he had could
yeah.
probably do that, but a lot of them, Breeze made these guys great.
Yeah, I just look back and I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but that group, Colston, uh,
Oh my
Lance
God.
Moore, Henderson, Meacham.
Devery Henderson.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean, you can
God.
even say Shockey back in 2009. And
Jeremy Shockey was a dog.
yeah, it's like something about that group. It was just, I don't know. They were so quiet. It's like they just seemed like they was quiet and they were just focused, locked in. Just,
Yeah, and
just all locked
Jeremy
in.
Shockey, I'm happy you mentioned him because he was one of my favorites when he was in college at Miami, because that Miami team when he was there was a dog too. Like they had everybody playing for the Hurricanes when Shockey was there, and when we got him, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And he played. He was a bully. If you go back and watch his film, Jeremy Shockey, when he was playing with us, he was a bully. Love him.
Right.
That team was scary.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. I see 23 people tuned in. I'm expecting 23 callers. Drew Brees deserve everybody's well wishes.
Yeah, just heads up, don't make us cry too much.
Please, well, y'all can make me cry. I ain't got no makeup on, so I ain't gonna ruin nothing. So y'all can make me cry.
I ain't gonna lie, about dropped one. That's why I kept my head down and read that letter.
Man, I had to stop talking, bro. I had to stop talking and let you go, CB. It was all about to come out, man.
Okay, and I see we have State of the Black and Gold host, Who That Davis on the line.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, baby? Nice to see you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, Carly. What you been up to these days?
Chilling.
Yeah, I see you beefing with people on Twitter. I see you beefing on Twitter with somebody over the past couple of weeks.
They can't handle me.
Facts. CB, WD, my boys. What y'all been up to as of late, man?
Oh man, just chilling. Same as Carly, chilling. I will say though, I just been as far as football and the Saints go, I've been kind of trying to chill, man. I'm kind of like trying to be stress free and it's right. like I'm not trying to be like like all these signings and all this. I know free agency is about to happen. I ain't been as locked in. I mean, I'm healing, bro. That's the best way to put it. I'm healing.
Respect that. Look, I know people are going to want to call that, so I'm going to try and keep this as relatively brief as I possibly can. When Drew Brees came to the New Orleans Saints, I was just a kid going through Harrison Central Elementary School, right? I didn't have much to go off of in terms of inspiration or someone to model myself after. So I got into a lot of trouble. And my counselor at the time recommended that since I have a lot of energy, that I put it towards something that is energy consuming, such as sports. They recommended baseball, they recommended basketball, soccer, and football was one of my last options. I got into football because of the physicality and just the attitude and aggression that came along with it. It excited me. So I started doing my thing on the NFL in terms of who can I model myself after and who can I aspire to be. Drew Brees was that guy for me for more than just an ability to accurately throw the football. He was a positive influence on this former delinquent going through grade school. The most prominent is the 2011, postseason game against the 49ers, the San Francisco the 49ers. Even though that ended in a heartbreaking loss, it's the fact that Drew Brees pulled out 110% of his energy to give the Saints the best position possible to actually advance to, another championship, potential another championship. And when everything fell off with Sean Payton being stripped of his job for about a year, the NFL, Roger Goodell, gutting this team and its core players from 2012 to 2016, I still seen Drew Brees giving it his all, giving the city of New Orleans and the Gulf Coast something to really look forward to, something to really be proud of. The most prominent example after 2011 would be the 2015 game against the Dallas Cowboys that went into overtime. That walk-off touchdown pass to CJ Spiller.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, you can hate him for whatever. you can say what you want about him, but not only will there never be another quarterback like Drew Brees, there will never be a guy that's done everything by the book in the NFL. Nobody. When you look back at the history, you look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Tom Brady, there's always controversy. We talk about these guys with that quarterback talent, that arm talent. Drew Brees came up from humble beginnings. He came in as a guy out of Purdue, a school that's not really prestigious or not really a household name. He came from San Diego off of a gruesome injury, a high-risk signing that had pretty much nothing left to lose. And look at everything he's done. Nobody can discredit that. Not Max Kellerman with his stupid take, not Emmanuel H.O. with his stupid take, not Skip Bayless with his Tom Brady bias. Nobody. And if anybody that tries to tell me otherwise, I've blocked 2 people already that I consider close friends. I've ended 2 friendships already over this. It's like, this is really personal for me. You're not going to try and discredit a guy that's literally saved my life and helped me be the man that you guys see before you today. Drew Brees is a legend. He's an all-time great, and he's personally the greatest of all time. You can argue with a wall on that. You can argue with a goddamn wall.
I feel you, man.
Definitely feel you, fam. Well, fam, man, we definitely appreciate your words you have for Drew. I watched your podcast, emotional take you gave on Brees when he retired. And it's rightfully so. Like I was saying earlier, man, we invest our time, our money. I know it's sports, but just like me, I didn't make it in sports, but I love sports, so I'm gonna be tuned in. I still have love for sports. I got the Florida League tatted on my back, so I'm a Saints lifer. Whoever comes in and, whoever is a Saint, I'm rooting 10 toes down for. So, Brees, you were just the driving force of, our greatness, putting us on the map, so, definitely appreciate your take, fam.
Always. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I got another interview lined up here in the next hour or so. So I'll holler at y'all later. I'll be watching. Respect to everybody here in the chat. Continue supporting the WDN Chatline podcast over here, man. Y'all keep showing that love. Y'all keep donating if y'all able to donate. All that good stuff. They deal with a lot of good stuff over here, and they deserve everything. All good come their way. Especially WD with his highlights. It's one of the better. It's one of the better highlights over here on YouTube, and that's undisputed. All right, y'all be easy. I'm out.
All right, fam.
And make sure y'all check out Still the Black and Gold podcast, man. He got some good stuff going on. He's up and coming, growing.
All right. So next we got OG Leslie Newsom in the building. Leslie. Good with you, fam.
What's happening, CB, WD, Carly? What's going on, man?
What's up, Leslie?
Man, cooler, man. Like y'all said, pretty much, man. It's bittersweet, man. And I was cool yesterday, you know what I'm saying, with everything. Once he, did it with his guy, I was like, cool, man. Like, okay, this, we checked the box, now that it's done, bro. And I was all right. But, man, when MT did that letter, man, bro, I ain't gonna even count, man. I shed a tear, man. I shed a tear, man.
Hey, man, look, can you just imagine when he does the announcement speech, man? Oh, man.
Man, I said, bro, like, and the fact that MT did it, bro, and they was trying to tear these dudes apart the last year, man. And the fact that he did that, you know what I'm saying? That shit was so genuine, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, bro, that shit came from the heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, fuck the media, man. Like, bro, I can't stand them, man. Like, the shit they be putting out there about our team and the shit that they be saying about Drew Brees, and that boy Brandon Marshall tried to throw some shade today, but Mario Davis You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we know he's salty. We know he's
Yeah.
salty.
Oh yeah. He gotta let that hurt go. He gotta let that go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I was just thinking about like all the games, like the pinpoint accuracy passes, like passes I just know I can name them off the top of my head. Like, man, Drew just made that pass to Dash
Mm-hmm.
Bros, in that tight window, you know what I'm saying? Like I can
Mm-hmm.
just think about it, man. You know, I wish Drew well, man. I know he gonna be great at whatever the hell he do after this. You know what I'm saying? But man, dog, they need to stop. They need to stop shitting on him, man. I thought everybody would give him his credit today and not bring him nobody else. But boy, was I fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they need the NFL they gonna miss Drew, man. They might not know it right now, but they gonna miss him, man. That
Mm-hmm.
dude a humble guy, man. Humble guy. Just man, he's just a man, bro. He a man, a little man, but still a man, bro. He's still a man, bro. Hell yeah, man.
Well, man, we definitely appreciate you for giving your thoughts and concerns on Brees. Like you said, man, Jay, that was important. We didn't bring that up. The Mike and Brees situation, the media tried to overhype that,
They did.
especially when he was exchanging some words with some corners. I think him and Carton Davis, had some exchanges back, and they tried to overhyped that, talking about he was shitting on Breeze and stuff like that. So yeah, they've been trying to tear that relationship up.
Man,
Well,
it's crazy that people can take shit out of context and knowing what they be doing, man, just to fit their bullshit ass narrative. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of shit they do, But us Saints fan, man, we know what it is. We know they don't like Drew, and I think Drew will get his proper due if he was on another team, man. I just think it's the Saints, man. I really
Mm.
think that's all it is. That's all it is, man. And then okay, this gonna be the last thing I say, and then I'm gonna, because I know people want to call in. But bro, do y'all think it's funny that, man, it's like, you remember when Drew had the 5,000-yard passing season when the defense was bad, and they said the man was stat padding and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson just last year had the same kind of year. You know what I'm saying? When his defense was bad, and he threw for these crazy numbers, and they say, "Well, man, do you look what Deshaun Watson did with nothing and this and that?" And I'm like, bro,
Yeah. That's back to what I was saying, man. I was
like,
saying
bro,
that, from those few years, man, when we had those bad defenses, man, they wasn't even considering Breeze as a top three
no.
quarterback in that time, man.
No, overlooking the man, and I'm like, bro, like, do y'all not see? Like, I know them analysts. They ain't really watching games. They watching highlights too. But bro, just look at the highlights. Look at the highlights,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Man, this boy Drew, man, bro. The game against the Broncos, man. The game against oh my God, the game against the Cowboys. We had like 41st down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
No,
like, man.
the game that really gets swept under the radar is the Raiders back in 2016. That was no reason we should have lost that game. Defense was playing well at first, and then they just shit the bed. But yeah, Breeze that
Oh,
throw to
first game of the year.
Brandon Cook.
First game of the year.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Sideline. Yeah.
Oh
90
yes,
yards.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. But I don't know how to this, man. You know what? We in a good place. We in a good place. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, Drew, they need to give him his powers, bro. And it's like every time they bring up, like, bro, why do they keep trying to put Aaron Rodgers in front of Drew? Now I get the Brady and the Peyton Manning, the rings, the
hmm
MVP, but Aaron Rodgers, bro, no, like, bro, I don't give a damn how his arm look when he throwing none of that. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
they
no,
only talking about him athletically. That's the only reason why.
that's all they doing.
That's all they doing.
'Cause as
But
far
it's
as the
like,
accuracy,
and my whole thing with Aaron Rodgers, and I don't want to make this about nobody else but Drew, but the whole thing with him, see, Breeze, he be throwing in those tight windows, man. Aaron Rodgers, he ain't taking chances on some of them throws.
throwing it away, man, throwing it a
Exactly. He
fucking
ain't
in the
taking
dirt.
those chances
He's
like
throwing it
that,
away,
man.
bro. He not taking them risks, man. He ain't taking them risks because Aaron Rodgers care about his numbers, bro, and it shows.
Right.
Like, bro, he care about that shit. It shows. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they need to. I'm like, bro, y'all need to chill with the. They be wanting to move Drew so bad. I'm like, bro, come on, man, come on.
And they didn't look at the type of defenses that he had to depend on. Historically worse, historically bad defenses.
I tell you,
Tom Brady's and your Aaron Rodgers, they could go and sit down and take a breather. The whole game was Brees back during that time. If he didn't play well, we was getting blown out.
Getting
Period.
blown out,
Blown
man.
out.
That 2012 season, bro. Man, I know that was the first of many years with bad defense, but bro, I still can't believe it to go from 13-3 the year before to your team just. I'm like, bro, huh?
and then look, he didn't even have a coach, but they have 7
Right,
wins. That,
right. Seven
yeah,
wins with no coach, bro. They don't talk about that. They don't even talk, bro. They don't even talk about how the NFL done screwed the Saints countless times, bro. Countless. You
And
know what I'm
still
saying? They
and
don't never
still
want to.
doing it to this, still doing it to this day. Remember, we got fined for COVID shit that
The
the
whole
Baltimore
league is doing.
Ravens, the whole league basically did. The
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, I'm gonna say the Steelers, and ain't nobody get fined but us.
Yep.
How?
And
We
Matt
was
Ryan
here
got an
making TikTok.
MVP. Matt Ryan got an MVP. Cam Newton got an MVP, and Drew Brees don't got now. I'm like, bro,
That's
mm-hmm.
what? Like, bro, this
that's
man been the best quarterback in that division since he been there. This man don't have
that's
not
the
one
funniest
MVP.
thing.
That's
That's
so
that's
crazy.
the most hilarious thing you can think of. Those guys got MVPs and Drew Brees don't.
That
You
shit
you
sad,
got to be
CB. Like, bro, they know they wrong for that, man. They wrong for that. They left him off the top 100 players. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like in history of the league. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah, I see
you
that
know,
too. Wow.
yeah, man. But yeah, Drew, fuck that negative shit, man. Ain't nothing else you could do. It is what it is. Us
You
Saints
played your
fans love
part.
you, respect you. You know what I'm saying? And you did what
Absolutely.
you did while you was here. And man, it'll never be another year. I don't give a fuck who come in. There ain't gonna never be another Drew, man. Never.
Nope.
And we
right.
agree. Thank you so much for calling in, Leslie. We got nothing but love for you, big dog. We appreciate your call. And keep kicking with us. Stay in the comment section. Keep talking to us. We're gonna put you up there. Thank you, man.
Already, man. It's who that for life. We on to the
Absolutely.
next chapter. No more, no sad, man. We ain't sad. This celebration, like you said, CB. Y'all hold it
Hmm.
down, man. Who that?
All
Absolutely.
right.
Who
Who
that?
that?
Okay, and next we got the OG
Jerry Poole.
Jerry Ford. Jerry, what's good with you, fam?
What's going on, CBWD and Miss Carly? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Same here. I'm doing great too.
Doing good.
I just,
Drinking. I
I,
had to pour myself some Crown Royal apple with some Sprite to get through the rest of this podcast.
Now I hear you. But I'm just coming on here to give you my thoughts on Drew Brees, being as a New Orleans Saint for 15 years. But before I get into that, after what Leslie and the other caller was saying and Aaron was saying, um, I got to get something off my chest. I really got to get something off my chest because I'm about to unleash fire on here.
Is it about Breeze though?
Yes,
Okay, good. All right.
I'm gonna unleash fire. But before I get into that, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Who that to everybody out there? I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all keep your heads up. Y'all keep the faith. Know that the OG loves y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. I love you all. Who that to you? Now, before I get to the history of Drew Brees, I got a message for the entire fuckery media out there that's disrespecting Brees. Now, just imagine if Drew Brees was a dog, he would shit on every analyst out there. I don't care if it's ESPN. I don't care if it's Fox Sports. If he was a dog, he would shit on every last one of them for disrespecting him after he done made his retirement on Sunday. They should all be ashamed of themselves. That's why I don't listen. And I'm like Mike Gundy. That's why I don't listen to them because they garbage.
I don't listen
They
to them
are
either.
straight up trash.
Right.
Now all these quarterbacks they talk about, and you don't want to give Drew Brees his props. What the fuck is wrong with that? Tell me about it. Cause y'all why? Cause y'all sucking Tom Brady's dick or something like that because he won a Super Bowl. That's probably why they hating on him right now. All this hate that they're throwing on Drew Brees is like a bitch slap to the face. And I'm sick and tired of this media dogging Drew Brees like he ain't did a damn thing out there. All they leaning on is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers and this quarterback and that quarterback and not Drew Brees. They ought to be a fucking shame of themselves for doing that. They have to be.
You're right.
So I say fuck good, fuck shit, Screwdale, fuck the media,
Screw
fuck
them.
every last one of them.
I'll approve that message.
Now I'm just now I told you I got something to say about that. So fuck them, and also, I want to throw some shade on this, CB and WD and Miss Carly. Fuck the Falcons. I know they got a little soft touch and congratulating Drew Brees, but that ain't all. They couldn't wait for Drew Brees to go to retire so they can try to take our division, just like along with Tampa Bay. Fuck them.
Well,
Fuck the Falcons, fuck the Succaneers, and fuck the punk ass Panthers.
I mean,
now I'll prove that message.
We ain't gonna get into too much about the Falcons because at the end of the day they got swept by Taysom, so it don't even matter with them.
That part right there, because you already know I'm opening fire. I'm like you're gonna have to get a water hose to hose me down because I'm unleashing fire tonight on a Monday night. And this was supposed to be a celebration, and they dogging him like he dog shit, bro. I hate that shit. I really fucking hate that shit. I really do. But I wanted to just get that rant out the way. But this is not about the negativity. Let's focus on the positivity right now. Let's focus on the positivity right now. The OG done had his rant. Now let me calm down and get to this. And before I get to that, shout out to my guy Aaron. He did mention about Harrison Central. I told him that's where I went to to elementary school at here in Gulfport, Mississippi, and up in high school. So shouts out to you, Aaron. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, brother. Now, one of my favorite Drew Brees moments that's always going to be dear to me was when he first came to New Orleans on March the 14th, 2006, after the Saints had a terrible 3-13 record with a sorry ass backward pass, Aaron Brooks. I'm glad they got rid of that motherfucker. I was happy. I'm glad we got us a real quarterback to change this Saints team around. I'm very happy that happened because I was sick of Aaron Brooks. I was sick of him. And I'm glad the Saints let him go with his sorry ass. Yes, I know he won a playoff game, but I'm glad he was gone. That piece of garbage ass quarterback. But anyway, that was signing Drew Brees on that day, the same day he retired on Sunday. That's got to be the best moment of my life because I was actually in the hospital with my grandmother when she was having hip surgery when I heard the news broke out about Drew Brees signing with New Orleans. And after Sean Payton done came in and they turned this whole entire team around. And one of my favorite games of all time, I know we're going to get to the bigger ones in a little bit, but the biggest one that I will cherish for the rest of my life was September 25th, 2006 by that time the Louisiana Superdome. Monday Night Football. I never will forget it. A year after Katrina, when I'm talking about everybody was in that stadium. I'm talking about Saints fans, football fans, Falcon fans. Everybody was filled up in that dome. And what happened? That Falcon punter trying to punt the ball, and who came out of nowhere? Steve Gleason blocked that ball, and that was Drew Brees' first home win at the Dome
Well,
as the new Saints quarterback. That's got the best. That's the best moment to me.
how about that block he made on the reversal?
Oh yeah, but dude, that block changed the game forever, bruh. And they still got that statue out there outside the Superdome. That still got to be the best moment. I know, and I know he broke a lot of records. I understand that. We ain't gonna get into that. We already know what he did. But one of my favorite games he played in was 2012 when he threw that pass to Devery Henderson. Also, 2011 when they beat the Colts 63-7, and it broke all kinds of records that night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Sunday Night Football. And what you mentioned, WD, about the 2015 when the Saints played the Cowboys.
Yeah,
That game went into.
Yeah, I think
Go
it
ahead.
was Leslie that mentioned it. It was somebody, maybe it was who that Davis. The touchdown of CJ Spiller. I think it was what? It was either the first play or the first few plays was CJ
I
he
think
scored.
it
It might have been the first
was the
play in the
first.
overtime. I think it was the
Yeah,
first
Yeah,
play.
I
Yeah.
think so because I remember because dude, when that game went into overtime when Drew Brees threw that pass to CJ Spiller, ran down the field. Boy, I was screaming my ass off that night. I was jumping up and down like a kid in the candy store, man.
Yeah,
I was happy. I was
man.
happy. I was like, oh, oh. I was doing that. I said, yeah, but and the next morning, I still had a smile on my face after that game with the Saints won. I was still happy about that.
Yeah, if you went to the bathroom right after overtime, you basically missed it. I mean, right
Oh
before it
no, I
started.
was in the living. I was in the
No,
living
no, I'm
room
just
in
saying.
front of the television.
I'm just saying, like in general, if anybody went to the bathroom before the start, they would have missed it because that's how fast it was.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why they made the replays for so they could watch it whenever they feel like it. Yeah. But my all-time number one favorite moment out of Drew Brees, and I still hold it to this day. And I'm looking at one of the pictures on my wall at the Times Picayune when it say Monday, February the 8th, 2010, the day after the Saints won their first Super Bowl. It says, Amen. After 43 years, our prayers were answered. Breeze MVP effort wins Saints first Super Bowl. And it showed a picture of Drew Brees holding that Super Bowl trophy up and with his left hand, raising it up and just celebrating more and also holding his son when he was younger. And that dude, that was the best. That's the best moment to me because I was at my grandmother's house and my auntie from Cleveland, Ohio, was in town to spend time with us, and we was watching the Super Bowl in the living room, and dude, I didn't even holler because I just raised my hands and I said, "Thank you, Lord." Especially when Peyton Manning do that pick. I said to myself, I said, watch what happens when Peyton Manning threw an interception in the fourth quarter. Watch and see what happens. What happened? It was the fourth quarter, 3:48 left in the fourth quarter. Peyton Manning dropped back, threw a pass, and who came out of nowhere and ran the ball for 75 yards for an interception for a touchdown? Number 22, Tracy Porter.
Right.
Yes, sir. And when I saw that, I just closed my eyes and just smiled. CB, that's exactly what I did. I just want to just sit back and embrace the moment, embrace the vision, just celebrate.
Right.
Yep.
Why
But
OG,
but my but
man?
my recent but my recent and I got one more. I know I have a lot, but I'm gonna share more about that later down the road. But my last one that I'm gonna share with everybody, and y'all know where I'm going with this. Last year when we swept the Yucks, at home when we beat them 34-23, and Sunday Night Football. Now follow me. Everybody and their mama and their daddy, they all picked it to pick the Yucks to beat the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Everybody. I'm talking about all over the world. I'm talking about everywhere. What happened in the first half? These guys put up 28 points in the first half, and the whole time the Buccaneers ain't scored but 3 points. They had 0 in the first half, and they only scored 3 in the second half. And I remember because my guy Uptown was talking about it, and he was still talking about it to this day. He said everybody picked the Yucks. Them guys came out of nowhere and beat the dog shit out of the Buccaneers. Boy, I was happy, and I was hearing him say like on his thing Sunday night, talking about Jay Jr. We ain't got no quarterback. I said I know, but now that we resigned Winston, we good to go. But that was got to be my most recent favorite moment out of Drew Brees was beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice. I know it's the playoff end and everything. I understand that, but that moment right there, beating them twice, that sealed it. And every other records, that's it. I know somebody else getting ready to come on, but I just wanted to share those moments with y'all.
Well, thank you, Jerry. We appreciate you for joining us, man. Talking about Breeze, man. Been emotional, but that rant they kind of helped from dropping tears, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Look, that's what happens. WD and CB and Miss Carly. That's what happens when somebody try to put you down, and they talk about these other quarterbacks and
Oh
stuff.
no.
When you
I,
talk,
I'm not.
when you,
No. I'm not worried about that. No, that's not what I'm worried about.
I know you're not, but
It's just about it's just about missing Breeze. You know what I'm saying? Because he on his gone, man. Number
right.
9
But
gone.
I want before I leave, I want to send my message to Drew Brees and his family when I say this. Drew Brees, if you're out there, thank you, sir. Thank you for 15 years being in New Orleans as our Saints quarterback, man. You changed the game forever. You changed this whole New Orleans Saints team around. Remember, we weren't winning a damn thing until you came in. We started beating up foes. We were the baddest team, and we still the baddest team in the NFL. If it wasn't for you, because you changed this game forever. You turned the whole city of New Orleans around, the whole state of Louisiana, and the entire uh, Gulf Coast region. Dude, you changed everything. I mean, you brought records. You brought us our first Super Bowl. I remember the first time when you came in and you won, and you just dude, you were just the game changer. Drew Brees, I want to say from the OG, Jerry Glenn Poor Jr., thank you, sir. Thank you to you. Thank you to Brittany and your kids, your family, your friends, everybody. Thank you. And congratulations once again on your new job on NBC and with your family. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, man. I love you, man. Thank you for all that you've done for us, man. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, you have a good one, Jerry. And we'll get with you later.
All right, CBWD, Miss Carly. This your boy JR, and I am out. Who that for life?
Who that? Okay, and we got Miss Anna. Before we bring Miss Anna on, once again, the link is in the comment section. You guys be sure to click that link, call in, give us your thoughts on the OG Drew Brees. Miss Anna, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. As good as can be expected, I guess. I did all my crying yesterday.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't cry, Ann. Don't.
No, I got it out of me, and first of all, shout out to all y'all, and thank you for what you're doing tonight. Um, I wasn't gonna come on and say anything, but since CB said everybody had to call in, so I did, but I don't know, Jerry. Shout out to my boy Jerry. He's a hard act to follow. I don't know what else I can say after that. But you know, um, Drew. I don't know what else I can say that hadn't been said already. But you know, I'm gonna get right to the disrespect that he's always gotten from the national media, not local. You know, from the national media, and you know, I truly believe it's because he's a Saint, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't change my mind on that. You know, any Saints player has never gotten the recognition that they deserved. You know, that stood out. Um, you know, this isn't about the Dome Patrol, but I remember, you know, I was around for the Dome Patrol years, and you know, Ricky Jackson and Lawrence Taylor got all the glory. You know, all the glory, and you never heard shit about Ricky Jackson. You know, and but that's how it's always been with the Saints, and but you know, we know what Drew's about, and you know, he's such a humble man, and um, you know, what he's done for our city is just, you know, uh, what can you say? You know, he's a wonderful person, and uh, uh, an elite football player, and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You know, I'm in all these groups and stuff, and you know, they're listing the top quarterbacks of all time. You never see Drew's name in there, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm beefing all the time with people over this, you know, and it pisses me off to the point to where sometimes I just gotta keep scrolling. Um, but I've always been a staunch defender of Drew's, and you know, as much as I knew he was going to retire, I knew it. You know, if anybody saw the look on his face when he left the field on that last game, that told everything. You know, I knew he was going to retire, and still I wasn't ready for it. Um, but you know, it is what it is, and you know, I was a Saints fan long before Drew, and I'm going to be one after Drew. Um, uh, you know, I'm trying not to be too concerned and trying not to stress too much about what's going to happen afterwards, um, because there's all kind of shakeups going around, you know, with the guys being let go and this and that. But I'm just going to trust the process. But back to Drew. Um, you know, like I said, there's not much I can say that hasn't been said already. Um, and we're just going to go on from here, you know. I just wanted to call in and give y'all a shout out, and who dat for life. That's all I could say.
Okay, Miss Anna. That was definitely, some good words from you. Once again, we said that, Breeze getting disrespected, but he definitely has love from us. And that's what matters most. We will
Right.
forever, yeah, we will forever, have love for Drew Brees and his family.
You know, I'm in a couple of trash talking groups too, and you know, somebody was posting about how we were worshiping, you know, Drew Brees, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. It's nothing but respect, you know, and but that's the kind of shit that I deal with sometimes. I don't know. I take it personal, you know. I mean, yesterday I felt like my son just moved out of my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like a family member. And you know, I did have to make a post yesterday, and you know, it has been the best 15 years of my decades of being a Saints fan. You know, Even though we had some heartbreakers, I mean, a lot of us got spoiled,
Right.
but I was around for the 3 and whatever seasons, I remember that shit. And, but I stuck in there anyway, I'm a diehard. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But I
Okay, Miss
appreciate y'all.
Miller. Well, we definitely appreciate you for tuning
Thank
in,
y'all.
watching us. All right, Miss Anna, you have a good one.
Oh, this is my podcast, man. This is my podcast here.
And we appreciate you, Anna.
All right. Y'all take it easy.
You too.
Okay, you too.
All right.
Well, look, man, this is what I gotta say. I just gotta add some more, just a little bit. I would say the last greatest Brees performance had to be that 49ers game. The game that we lost, by the way. Again, when we had one of the better defenses, but just a poor performance on their part. That was like his greatest moment. Because, I mean, again, 49ers, they had the number one defense there. I wouldn't say they was as great as the 2011 or around that time, but it was good. It was number one. And Brees came in, and I forgot how many touchdowns he threw.
I think it was 6.
6. Yeah, that was an amazing performance. I mean, just amazing. He was dotting him up. Like even on the brink of Father Time, man, he was tearing it up. And I understand. He did have some great performance, like the Colts game after that. And maybe the Panthers games, like the Panthers game a week. I would say both last year and the year before that. But I'm saying like versus a legitimate squad like the 49ers, man, that was basically his last moment. And the thing about Brees is, one thing he did was, as far as the shorter quarterbacks like Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, he made a pathway for them and inspire them and let them know that they can do what they do, even at their height. So that was just pretty amazing. That's just some great things about Brees.
Right. And his presence in the locker room, definitely had an effect on the teams. Once again, he was out there playing well during those 7-9 seasons, but he had an impact in the locker room as well. It could have been worse. You got a historically worse defense, at the rate that it was with us at that time, it definitely could have been worse.
And I do see somebody saying that the Bucks game was better. Hey, I guess you can say that. I think he had a fumble that game, but I'm just saying, like, versus the 49ers, that game, as good as that defense was, he played almost a flawless game. Really, I know the Colts game after that was really, really almost flawless. I think he went 28 out of 29. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just the competition, like the defense, and I understand the Bucks defense; they was good this year, especially in the postseason. It's just that I'm talking about he was flawless versus the number one defense. That's what I mean. That's just like the last major game I could remember, and I guess I would take in consideration that Bucks game, hence that we won that one. So
right. So any final thoughts? I think we're on, pretty much.
hey man,
Okay,
look,
all time. Like I said, I wasn't born and stuff during the Joe Montana and Steve Young. I was still a kid. I think the two when he had T.O. and stuff, that was like 2000, 2001, something like that. I was still 7 or 8, but Breeze is definitely. You can just bring all them in. I still think he's a top 5 QB ever to play this game. His accuracy was out of this realm. I mean, his completion percentage. I think he ended, his career completion percentage like a 68 point something. That's unheard of. Multiple 70 plus, and he was doing this on the tail end. I know he was throwing shorter throws and stuff like that. But still, he's still being accurate with the football. And during his prime, when he was, actually stretching the field, he was still being accurate with the football. You know, I see we got a caller. We got a caller that just called in. See, we got J45, J45. What's good with you, J45?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you
Good
doing?
with you, fam.
Hey, man, just want to say, man, Brees, man, he was inspiration for the whole Gulf Coast. I'm over here in Mobile, Alabama, and he was a big influence to us over here on this side of the coast. And I just want to thank him for everything he done, man, especially coming there after Hurricane Katrina and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been a big fan forever since the Dawn Patrol. So for him to come and like injured and everything like that in San Diego, and just show love to the city and the Gulf Coast like he did, man, it was a wonderful, beautiful thing. And I hate he retired, but he had to do what he had to do. 15 years, he gave us a good run. Just man, when he won the Super Bowl, it was a magical time. I mean, Mardi Gras was going on. I was down on Bourbon Street actually when they won the Super Bowl. I don't think my wedding day gonna top that, bro. I was so packed on Bourbon Street, bro. I watched the game at the beach on Bourbon. I mean, man, it was a magical moment when it was like before Porter got that pick. You can drop a pin on Bourbon Street. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just quiet. But when he got that pick, man, the first song I heard was "Go Saints All the Way." Saints go. I'm talking people ran the streets, man. I cried. Man, it was a beautiful, magical moment, man. I wish I could live that moment over again, man. Brees, he just was a great person, man. Humble. I'm looking forward to him doing his thing, his sports casting on NBC. Just man, I'm just proud that we had a quarterback like we did.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fast, fam. They just hits different. Like you said, you was there for the Dawn Patrol days, so that was way before my time. So
Dawn Patrol. My dad actually took me to see Archie Manning play when I was a kid. That's how long I've been a Saints fan. To my early 80s.
Man, so you definitely seen the bad times. So it just hit different.
Bags. When Swaggy was open. You remember Swaggy Supermarket? Yeah, my dad was a diehard fan. RIP to my dad. I'm glad he lived to see Brees win a Super Bowl with New Orleans. He was a diehard fan throughout the hard times. My dad actually worked at Ingles Shipyard in Pascagoula. And man, they used to, jank my dad. My dad would bet with the Saints, even though, they beat them lost the week before. You know what I'm saying? And it rubbed off on me, bro.
Right.
Man, I'm talking about, bro, I still got the newspaper and everything. The newspaper from when they won the Super Bowl is about 11 years old, 12 years old now.
Yeah, same, man.
Die hard. I'm talking about, bro, like I got this off Canal Street. Excuse my room. Got this off Canal Street when they won the Super Bowl. Him, Brandon, Payton Manning.
Oh man, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Got the shirt still, that man about 12 years old. That's the big man right there. Autograph. Y'all remember Michael Lewis. Yeah, so yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Just man, I just want to say I love y'all show, man. I do a podcast myself called the Big Y'all and J45 Live Morning Show. Look up my link on that. And man, I love y'all show, man. I got tuned in with y'all at the beginning of the season, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, bro. I'm talking about y'all that got my spirits up. When I got the news yesterday, I was heartbroken. I ain't gonna lie, man. But you know, after him being injured like he been injured and broken up like he been broken up, man, it was time for him to go, man. I just hate he did, bro, against them yucks, like the boy said. So,
man.
y'all bring me on, man. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all show, CBWD, pretty caller. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm one of the biggest fans right here in Mobile, Alabama, man. Go Coast. Who that nation? Stand up.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
what's up,
sir.
man.
Fam, we definitely, we're gonna reach out to you, fam. You know.
Word. Excuse my phone, man. It got cracked a couple of days ago, so that's why it's kind of glared in there. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all bringing me on. It mean a lot to me, man. And you know what I'm saying? Big ups to Drew Brees. I ain't mad at him, man. The only thing I hate is he didn't get the rings that he deserved. He broke all kind of records, and I just feel like he should have got more rings. I'm still bitter about when we got robbed against the Rams. I'm still bitter about that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Got
Because
robbed.
truthfully, that was the year.
You know what I'm saying? You got robbed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Do that all day right here in Mobile, Alabama, bro.
All right, fam, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you, man, and we're gonna reach out to you, fam. Maybe we can do some collabs. You know.
All right, absolutely, man. I'm just a mega bus away. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go in that mega bus by myself and ride that trolley streetcar to where I gotta go. Where you at? I'll meet you up. You know what I'm saying? We meet in the French Quarter, meet on Frenchman somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Who that all the way, man? You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep that show going, man. I love it, man.
All right, man. We appreciate you, fam. You have a good one.
Who that for life?
Who that? Shout out to J45, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Gotta
Mobile,
you,
Alabama too, man.
yeah, you gotta have the OGs come on, man. I'm talking about the ones that really, that really been through the mud with the team. Really got some history with the Saints back in the Dawn Patrol days. It's good to hear those stories. Okay, so any final thoughts before we wrap this up? I see a lot of comments in the comment section, about Jameis and Trey. Really didn't want to hit on that on this, just want to direct all of this. This is just Brees moment. And moving forward, will we see? I mean, can we have another Drew Brees? It would never be another Drew Brees. But that don't mean that we can have a player that performs just as good as him.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait and see. What
Yep.
could happen. We not sure. But there will never be another Drew Brees. Never. So WD, you got any final thoughts, fam?
Man, I want to say shout out to the chat. Shout out to the callers, man.
Yes.
They really made this tonight, man. It's made this even special, man. But y'all know that tribute to Drew Brees is coming. Y'all know. Just be patient with it. It might sting, but y'all know it's coming. Also, I would like to say, man, I did have a Demario Davis highlight video, but we gonna have to delay that till I guess when we clear this thing and Brees make his announcement. But yeah, once we deal with this, Brees, we will get back into the signing of Jameis Winston and all these other moves. And yeah, that's about it. I just gotta say farewell, number 9.
All right. The same thing you basically said. With the moves and stuff, we'll get into that maybe later on this week. But Drew Brees, he definitely deserved every bit of second, on the show tonight. And I just, it's gonna be hard to, some heavy shoes for the next QB to fill. Whoever
Heavy.
it may be, huge shoes. So that about wraps the show up tonight. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, y'all be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the page. And I want to reiterate one last thing before we get off. With Drew Brees coming to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina had happened, the team was about to, it was unsure if they was going to move to Texas or not. San Antonio, Drew Brees took on that challenge to come down, and he helped turn the city around as long as the football played. So I thank you for impacting, not only me as a Saints fan, but fellow New Orleans, that had an impact, that was impacted by Hurricane Katrina. You gave them something to smile about. You gave them some hope. That this is what this is all about. And to the younger ones that that's disrespecting Brees, I say it like that. To the younger ones that's disrespecting Brees, you know, just go do your history on Saints. Do your history on the Saints. If you're a Saints fan, every Saints fan should know, the history of their squad. To some point in history, learn about it. Learn that, we was a ass franchise, before the arrival of Drew Brees. The year 2000, that was the only year that I witnessed the Saints make the postseason. And we got lucky that wild card game, against the Rams. So, that basically wrap things up. It's the WDN Chatline podcast. We see you guys later. We out. Who that?
For life.